Thick snow. Okay, no work today. Caleb, you ready, Caleb?
Yeah.
Getting his gear all ready. Tim?
Ready.
How are we looking? That's where we're going, baby. Up there. Okay, Caleb, first run of the day. It's been, what, 2 years since you snowboard?
1.
Oh, you came last year?
No, not here.
Did you go snowboarding last year? Okay. First run of the year for Caleb. Let's see what you got. We'll do first run and we'll do maybe last run. So we're heading right over there, using the whole hill. There we go. Point that shoulder. Okay, pick a spot. That's it. Back and forth. There you go. Okay, last run before lunch.
This is D&D.
What are we calling him?
Down and dirty. D&D.
D&D, down and dirty.
Take no prisoners.
Caleb downhill. Downhill with Caleb. All right, I'll go down and catch him. What's that, Timmy?
He's doing the blue, the upper continental.
Oh, blues. All right, we're done with those greens. And in Caleb's defense, they turned the snow guns here. It is like a blizzard out here. So let's get down here and I'll show you just how good he is getting. All right, let's get right about here. Here he comes. Sorry, get that camera positioned. That part is still a little steep for him, but look how good he's coming. He just breaks it, comes down, gets about here, now he turns it loose. Look at him back and forth. And there he goes. Hey, wait for me. All right, here we go. Look at the scenery. It's a steep one. Ready, Tim?
All ready.
All right, let's head down the hill. Okay, here we go. Quite cold out here. Look at that hillside. How's that? Which way you want to go? Okay, here we are. One adventure we're doing. Umniak Outfitters. So we're going to try dog sledding. It is about 0 degrees. The dogs don't seem to mind. They just left with a group. 2 of my friends are on it. I'll film them coming back in. And then Donna and I are getting on the next sled. I'm not sure of the loop they're doing. It looked fun. They took off out of here like a bullet. Those dogs were running before they even released the brake. They couldn't wait to get going. So they just took off down that way. It's about a 15 to 20 minute run. Check it out. Dog sledding. Have you ever done it? Here they come, home stretch. They don't look tired. I need them tied to a wheelbarrow. Hey boys! There you go. All right. He's the one saying, let's get going. Look at these guys. Huh? You guys are in charge?
And Anderson is the brains.
Ah. Hey, buddy.
Jones and Vanders are.
They just want to run.
They really didn't look too like they were working. It's like they're dancing along.
All right, we're getting in.
Oh, thank you.
Look at them running. This is way smoother than a skid loader.
Oh, they're a little bumpy as they come over the road.
How fast do they go?
How fast?
How fast are we going?
Well, we're probably doing around 10 miles per hour right now.
Okay.
Pretty decent pace right here, but it'll slow down as we go uphill. Oh, and go through some deeper snow. That'll slow us down as well.
What's your name back there?
Nathan.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too. Where are you all from?
Pittsburgh.
Nice. Everyone from Pittsburgh then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, my wife is from Reading. So.
Oh, wow.
Pennsylvania, but not very close to you. I always think like, well, that's not too far. But it's pretty far. We drove to Pittsburgh once. It's a lot further than I thought it was.
Now, how many times tonight are you going to do this loop?
10 runs.
10 runs?
Gee, unless we get more cancellations, yeah. And no one wanted to fill them in.
Go, puppies!
So you call out commands, they understand what you're saying?
Yeah, so G means to go to the right, Pa means to go to the left, and my leaders up front should be listening to me, making sure we're going the right way, doing all the right things. They didn't really groom in all of our trails tonight, so you'll see a couple sections where we'll go down the trail, but it's going to be kind of slow. That will slow us down a little bit, but the dogs will take whatever trail I have to them. We got Arson up there on the left, who's one of my best leaders. He's a really, really solid dog. Do anything you ask of him, and I have no doubt that we'll go the right way.
Now they know your voice. If I yell something, they don't listen?
They probably would for you.
Okay.
Oh, they're not even like, they're better with male voices just because I run my dogs more than anyone else in my family.
This is incredible.
But like my wife, you know, she runs the dogs once in a while, but they don't listen to her as well just because she has a much higher pitched voice.
Gotcha.
And she's not as, just because she hasn't done it as much, she's not forced to make them do things as often. And that's kind of how they learn from you, right? Like, the best way to think about it is like a substitute teacher with someone new in here. They'll try to figure out like ways around doing things for you, and if you let them do it, then they'll be like, okay, we can get away with anything we want now. Just can't ever let them get away with it. Just like they get once in a while.
Okay, first day back from skiing, snowboarding. Here's what we got. And everybody already knows this. Our videos are usually weeks behind the actual dates. We got hit with 24 inches of snow over the weekend. And I kind of need to be at work tomorrow morning. So I'm going to get pushing some snow. We're going to need that truck and the trailer 302 hammer. All right, we got some digging to do. Tommy did quite a bit over the weekend, and it just kept piling up. But he did a good job. He took care of some neighbors, and that's what we do around here. All right, let's go. There we go. I like using the leaf blower. You know, you can brush the cab off, that's no problem. But the lumber, the back of the truck, all pretty good now going down the road, and then when we get to the job, we can get to work. We don't have to dig it out of the ice, snow, everything. So I'll go ahead and get this truck plugged in and warmed up, move it, and then do a final snow removal. Okay, 2 more trucks to go and 1 dump truck. Then chili time. Yeah, here we are. Nice and early Friday morning. It is cold outside. -6, and I think it's gonna go ahead and drop a couple degrees yet. We finished out with about 20 inches of snow the other day. Furnace hasn't shut off in, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. There we go. Okay. That's better. Okay, I can almost start cleaning up in here. I just have to finish the little bit of trim around this. And I'm gonna get this lacquered today. I'm gonna use polyurethane on the play surface and get this thing somewhat done and start on the legs. Let me put some stuff down here. All right, just finished sanding everything. Well, I finished that a little bit ago. There's gonna be a lot of little hands, my grandkids, up there playing with this. So I just went around it. Everything's nice and soft. Not gonna get any splinters anywhere. Just felt, you know, all the way around this whole face. Hit this with a belt sander, then followed up with a palm sander. Nice and soft. I really like these 22 corners, not the 45. Somebody bumps into that, they're not gonna be crying to pap about how I made it too sharp. Okay. All right, so enough of that. I'm not gonna mount this until I get it up in place, and we can maybe put some spacers underneath the side. We can tweak this as well as the bottom. Now we have that option for that. So my next dilemma, what I'm struggling with, is how to make the legs. You know, we could do a couple of 4x4s coming down. So I've been copying these plans from this shuffleboard table, just for the size that I'm making. And I kind of like this pedestal leg. So I'm just using this. I'm not going to copy this exactly. It is 26 and a half wide, and then up here you see it is 25 and a half tall. So the idea, here's the underside of the play surface. Maybe I'll make it come down, maybe V in, like an hourglass type thing. And then I can wrap all this in 1x material straight, and then out, and then down to the floor. I can notch this out on the bottom. I'm not sure of the final look. I can do an overlay here. Heck, I don't know, maybe a diamond or something. And add to that just to give it some dimension. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. I don't have a clear vision of what I want, but I do have these panels here that I drug up a couple of weeks ago. I have some more 1x10, 1x8 standing up there. I might even use a section of plywood in the middle and build off of that. I have a piece there, I have a piece here. So I'm picturing 1, 2, 3 legs underneath that. I threw out the idea of making them out of like 3-inch pipe, connecting them all with fittings. That would be a pretty neat look. But I have all this wood here. We might go that direction. We'll see how this first one turns out. Okay, there's what the base is going to look like. I think it turned out pretty nice. An hour ago it looked like that. Now I got it shaped into 3 pedestal legs. Now it looks a little flat though, so I'm going to cut a piece of trim. I'm going to make a piece of trim out of that lumber right over there and outline this about 3 inches wide. Now that'll give us some definition this way, as well as from the side view. I think it'll look real nice and meaty, nice and fat. And I'm going to make the trim match my top handrail. So let's head back up. We'll take these upstairs. The trim boards planed down, smoothed out real nice. Now I just want to get a guesstimate on how long I need each side. So 4 inches, 12 inches, and you can see I'm adding each time. 12, 18, 25, 30. So we'll go 32 inches. I'll cut this bad section out, 32 inches, then I can take it upstairs and I'll show you why. When I bought this table saw because I liked this router attachment in it. It's about a 6-foot long table. I use it a lot just to work on, and occasionally I use this router for my woodworking. So I just move this up here. Let me set you down here real quick. Sometimes it's a challenge to router little pieces like this. This makes it safe, which I know it doesn't always look like it in here, but I do try and be safe. So now with the fence on, just position it where it just touches the ball bearing right there. Just touches it. You can put it in there and just slide the material all the way back and snug the thumb screws down. Okay, square edge. So I'm just going to do the outside. I'll leave the underside square. Ready? Here we go. How often I don't use this. I forgot I made this. I hooked it into my dust vac system. Plugs right into there. Okay, here we go. Always know where your fingers are on this edge. Always hold them out here. You get a push block too if you need it. And for my final step, this is a nice square, sharp edge. Could get a splinter on there. We don't want that. So I'll just soften it out on the belt sander. So every time I just roll it. You can polish your fingernails too. So it turned out real nice. This might be a piece extra. That's why I made more than I needed. This will get cut out. We don't want to use that underneath there. But nice and smooth now. Nobody's going to get splinters. All right, let's finish these up. Head back downstairs. Okay, even inside there's some challenges. I went to use the air gun and it appears my air compressor outside is frozen up. I'm surprised it's never happened, but I started thinking, I can't remember the last time I drained the water out of the tank. So that's probably what it is. Hopefully it's okay. So I just hooked up my little air compressor over in the corner, so you'll hear that kick on here shortly. I was thinking of how could I do this quickly, holding these leg bases. So I come up with this idea. Let's see if it works. It might work. It'll work. So I'm just making a, let's get a nail in there that holds them. If I do a couple uprights. Now, the base set right against that. And I just need a board for inside there. And I'm just using scrap that I have laying on the floor. What do you say we do something like this? That'll hold that. One up front here. Okay, so what angle do I do here? You can make a couple of cuts real quick. Or you could put this right here. 45. Just under a 40. That's like a 44. So I'll go ahead and cut these at a 22.5 and we'll see how it fits. That was my guess. I just wanted to show you how I check it. How much wood putty do you want to have to use when you're done? All right, bad angle. Or am I not? Oh, I'm too long, that's all. Angle's not working. All right, let's take a little bit off of the toe. How's that look? Acceptable? Right there. Just a tiny bit more. I'm really not even that short. It's against the floor, but that side's way short. Okay. Hopefully all the angles are the same. That should close that gap up. Try and speed this up a little bit. There it is, glued and minimal nails in it. And then I just hit it with a palm sander. Again, just softening all the corners. Kind of sharp here. Whoops. No wood putty needed. That'll be the name of this video. Well, let's get it done first. Little tiny gap here, but oh my gosh, does that look good? Okay, I'll show you them when I'm done.